This office would have usually fetched £48,000 a year in rent. Instead, it's lying unused. It's not empty because of COVID, but the commercial rental market is now static due to COVID, says Chestertons CEO Nicholls. The pandemic has brought a global shift towards working from home. The Office for National Statistics report that 47% of the UK workforce worked from home at some points in April. On the rock, as things worsened with the pandemic, the Chief Minister advised those who can work from home to do so. And that's had an impact on movement in the commercial rentals market.
It used to be a landlord market, but clearly now a tenant is in charge. So a tenant can come along to this office or many others, and there's not many people doing deals. So landlords are doing deals, but I sense we're on the cusp of optimism. So perhaps we've just ended this period where the tenant rules the roost, and now's a good time for the tenant. But certainly with I don't know, say 20% of office space in Gibraltar empty, it's really a tenant market. It will be for a good number of months, I would imagine. The difficult ones will be in the town centre, where offices have sprung up over the last few years when there hasn't been enough supply. They're the ones that are more in danger, and they're the ones that are going to have to really cut their cloth and, half rents or a number of months rent free just to entice a tenant in.
But there is movement in the residential market, Mr. Nicholls says, and he's heard of some instances of landlords applying for permission to convert their commercial units into residential ones. Developers appear to be following this direction too. Plans have been filed with the Development and Planning Commission to convert 6 vacant offices in Ocean Spa Plaza into 11 apartments. Developers behind the project told GBC that they realised the demand for these spaces wasn't there, but adds they don't think this is due to the pandemic, but to changes in the size of the office spaces companies planned for. And how permanent is this? Is an increased focus on working from home something that employers will continue with once the pandemic is over?
We're in a connected world now, and I think the idea of not being competitive is a big concern, and therefore in order to be competitive we need to offer the best well-being inside office workplaces. And I think if anything the pandemic's taught us to focus on quality of space. So I think in order to attract the right talent to Gibraltar we'll need office space, but we'll also need to, I think, accept the fact that people can be more efficient working from home at times as well.
And would employees like to continue remote working?
I love it. I much prefer it than an office environment, because you haven't got people interfering and bothering you. Yeah, you get the emails and the Zooms and stuff, but productive-wise you get so much more done because there's nobody to talk to, chat and have coffee.
The benefits of working in the office are that you can connect with your team. The benefits of working from home are there's not so many distractions.
So for you personally, which works best?
Both, a mix of both really.
Yeah, sometimes you miss the face-to-face interaction.
I feel more comfortable working with my colleagues so we can share the information we have.
Only 25% of employees that work in the World Trade Center are going into the office at the moment, and it's unknown whether numbers in offices everywhere will revert to what they once were. The virus has changed the way we live, but which of these changes, such as remote working, could be permanent is yet to be determined.